This is Max Shears for Pro Boxing Fans. I'm like joined as always by Dave Allen, but Dave, this is a different one. It's a big one. I've had a haircut for it. You had a haircut for it. But it's a big week, this, isn't it?
It's a week, I think.
Big week though, isn't it?
Oh, it's massive, mate. Yeah, not really in a great mood today, really. You know, hopefully, I'm not really on the fight at the minute. Busy, you know, really busy. Been a busy fucking week, really. But just gonna get to Friday now. Get the weighing done, the ceremonial one. I can go home, sit in my house, in my chair, the special chair, daddy chair, and just chill out and get ready for Saturday.
This week, obviously, it is in Doncaster. Is it kind of, you touched on it there, the comforts, not necessarily the daddy chair, but the comforts of being Doncaster. I imagine you're not in a flight hotel this week, back home with the children. Is that the plan this week? Just tone it down a bit, relax?
Yeah, I need to relax. I need to relax Saturday, you know. And you know what it is? It's like, I'm great at the minute. I don't have much nerves. I don't think about the fight. But then when Saturday comes, I do get nervous. I'm not one of them boxers that pretends you don't get nervous. I do. You know, you feel the nerves, you feel all the tension. You know, you have all this expectation. So it's started to be interesting, but it's nice because I'm a big underdog. That is nice. But I can't tell you really because it's Wednesday.
I was just doing an interview then, and obviously they touched on the fact that you will be an underdog in this fight. Is that a good thing? Because I saw your TikTok the other day where you're talking about them fight week nerves and what happens. So when you're an underdog, them nerves with less pressure, that must help you come in and really want to make a statement on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't feel much pressure at all, really. You know, all the Doncaster probably thinks I'm going to win. But apart from Doncaster, my team, no one really gives me a chance. But I thrive on that, really. Yeah, I quite enjoy that. I love it when I box someone like Filip Hrgovic, like Luis Ortiz, and I might have got beaten in them fights, but I feel like I always perform better as the underdog.
Something as much as we joke about in the interviews, the fact that is the truth is you know your boxing. I think the bookies right now have it 6-1 to Filip Hrgovic. Would you have that similar on paper?
Probably wider. I think I'd be probably bigger odds, really. You know, he's beat Gilles Young. My best win's probably Lucas Brown when he's about 40. So, you know, he's a lot of levels above me, but I feel like I can compete with him. I can't sit here and stand here and say I'm definitely going to beat him, but I know I can compete with him, and you never know really, because you can have one night, you know, one night. All I need is one night. I need that Lucas Brown left up to the body. That'll finish him. That right from Nick Webb. I hit him with either of them, it's game over. So I go into it with a bit of confidence, actually, more confidence than I've ever had before.
We were speaking off camera, and I'm not going to say what you said, but we spoke about Frenchgate. For people that don't know you and where you're from, how close is Frenchgate, how close is the Eco Power to where you grew up, watching boxing yourself? How close is this week?
I was in Frenchgate 24/7 as a kid, I swear. I was in Costa with Conor Coghill all the time. You know what, I used to do laps of this place looking for girls when I was about, honestly, should have seen me. Cleaned up in here, son. But no, Frenchgate, this is literally where I were all the time. I was always in Frenchgate. When I was a kid, it was booming in here. It was absolutely booming. It was full of people, and I was at KFC all the time. There was USC down there. Waterstones is the only one that stood the test of time, really. Vodafone as well, but that's some amazing times here. And it was a good crowd. The public workout were bouncing, and we had Devo here, and it was great, really, wasn't it? Yeah, couldn't really. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it.
I remember speaking to you in Dubai, and we spoke about how important life outside of the ring is to you. I feel like I touch on this every single time, but you're in the biggest sporting event in Doncaster on weekend, but so are two of your fighters, Joe Hayden, obviously Kian. Just how good is that?
Yeah, it's good, you know, it's good. It's a feel-good factor for me to give that opportunity for local kids to have a go on here. But, you know, Saturday they've got to do their job, because Saturday I can't help them. The same way people can't get in the ring and fight for me, I wish they could. I'd get Daniel Dubois in from me, tag him in. We'll get you in, bloody hell. But, yeah. They got to do the job, can't help them. It's up to them. The opportunities here, go and do your thing, boys.
You looked sharp in there, you looked quick is the thing that I took away from that. We spoke a couple of weeks back about what weight you want to be at. Are you at that weight? And again, just you'll feel comfortable that the work's done, I imagine. Is that the case?
Yeah, I was 17:13 this morning, so I'm under my weight. Depends what time I weigh. If I weigh in at 5 p.m, I'll probably be 18.2 because I'll have 4 meals and 5 litres of water, but I've hit the target. I'm waking up at 17:13 consistently, and that's where we wanted to be. feel amazing. I don't know if I'm good enough to beat him. That's the truth. I don't know if I'm good enough to beat him, skill-wise, physicality-wise. The answers are only going to be given to us Saturday. But in terms of what I could do, in terms of in 20 years' time when I sat there and I said I boxed Filip Hrgovic, I can say I tried my best, and whether I'm good enough or not, we'll find out.
You touched on that night with Lucas Brown and the body shot. I know you're not going to give away a game plan, but there will be a game plan. What sort of things have you identified from Filip Hrgovic? I imagine you've seen weaknesses in his past.
Of course, you could pick holes in it. You could pick holes in Sugar Ray Leonard if you wanted to, but yeah, there's a few things we've been working on, a few different things we think will work, a few things we've got to watch out for, but you never know. I'm more reactive than proactive, as people will know. I don't throw the most shots in the world, but I will always try and match and react to what's in front of me.
I interviewed Devo, that was an interesting one. He said he was going to knock Filip Hrgovic out. I mean, just having Devo, it's an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I watched him as a kid. He used to go around school shouting dickhead at everyone, you know what I mean? So, good to have me. He came to my house the other day. You know, it's nice to be outside of Doncaster, you know, like my mate there, like, who's Devo? But it was a big deal back in the day, so especially to me as well as a kid from Donny. So yeah, it was nice to have him here. He was a nice fellow as well. Just
while I've got you, Dave, just want to touch on last weekend's boxing. Fabio Wardley, Daniel Dubois. The overriding feeling is maybe it should have been pulled a bit quicker. Do you feel that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but it's difficult because I've never cornered a world championship fight. I've never been there, so it's very hard. People give Ben Davison a lot of stick, but Ben Davison weren't the chief second. He was the second. So we've never been in that situation. I haven't. I felt like it was stopped too late, but at the same time, I've never been in that situation. So who am I really? I can say I thought it was a late stoppage, but I can't say. You know, unless you've had experience doing it, it's very hard to say too much on it. But as long as Fabio's all right, he's all right.
Obviously, it's a lot easier for us watching it on the TV or being ringside, but people saw Fabio maybe stumbling between the rounds, and there's always that argument if the fighter's still punching back, which we know a heart like Fabio Wardley, he's gonna. Where do you lean on that argument? If the fighter's still punching back, should it be continued or should it be called?
It's difficult because, like I say, it's a world heavyweight title fight. You know, he was still firing back. All I can say is I would have probably had him out of there, but I've never been in that scenario. You know, there's millions of pounds on the line. There's a world heavyweight title on the line. I don't know.
Mcguigan said he took that much damage that he should call it a day. I know for you, you're someone that doesn't want to say when another fighter should call it. Just what do you make of that, then?
Yeah, I would never say that. Yeah. You know, the British Boxing Board of Control are very stringent with the medicals. If Fabio is okay to box, he wants to box, let him box.
Last one, Dave. I was speaking to some of the Queensbury team. They're impressed by how you've sold these tickets, how this event's done. What can people expect? For someone that's looking, shall I buy a ticket to Dave Allen versus Filip Hrgovic? Why should they? What can they expect? And for the rest of this week, why come to Dave Allen's fight?
Well, they should have bought them a few days ago when I still had them instead of the website because I got commission, you bastards. But the atmosphere is going to be incredible. That's a definite. The atmosphere will be incredible. And I think it'll be a good fight.
Dave, as always, Dave, thank you very much.